New PvP battlefield was added on servers of Lost Ark in Korea, and so far from information I have about it, it looks really amazing. It's a 48 versus 48 players, faction versus faction PvP battlefield with many interesting mechanics like battlefield mounts, cannons, nodes and much more. In today's video, you will see official Korean guide regarding new Rowan Continent battlefield with all the details and rewards which you can get. Before we start, let me just say, subscribe to my YouTube channel to see more Lost Ark videos in the future. As you can see, I am already here on official website of Lost Ark in Korea, and of course, if you are interested into Lost Ark, check my YouTube channel for lots of news and guides for new players, because I am following everything what is happening, not only regarding Western version of the game, but also over here in Korea. Actually, over there in Korea, because I am living here in the West. So, let's check that official guide regarding Toluvik, Land of Struggle. That is official name for Korean version of the game. Of course, at one point in time when we get this feature here in the West, we will see probably some different name. But for now, it's Toluvik, Land of Struggle. In Toluvik, the Land of Struggle, a large-scale battle between two factions, Freygeli versus Libertan, takes place in order to occupy the huge Silmael mine. So regarding this faction system, don't be surprised regarding that, because over there in Korea, with a new continent Rowan, we have get that new continent like a few weeks back over there in Korea, you need to decide, you need to pick between two factions. Basically, it's very simple, Team Red or Team Blue, let's put it on that way. And when you decide, you're able to do different kind of PvP faction versus faction activities, including this Toluvik Land of Struggle battlefield. Let's check some other details. With a large 48 versus 48 battlefield area, you can win by acquiring magic power by occupying a stronghold. Win in Toluvik and claim the supremacy of Rowan continent. So whatever you see today is rough translation from Korean language to English language, so don't mind that. It's important that we understand basics. Admission conditions and methods. Entry conditions: achieved position level 5, item level 1490, complete the Land of Strife quest. So this is pretty straightforward, pretty clear. Item level 1490, okay, not so bad. How to enter? Admission announcements are printed at the time available for admission. When you click the Rowan Battlefield icon that appears on the left side of the minimap, or move to the Rowan Battlefield entrance placed on the Great Plains of Ledger Bank, the entry user interface is displayed. So you will see on your screen that a little bit part of user interface where you can register to enter. Let's skip to most interesting part here, Rowan Battlefield entry user interface guide. This is how it's looking. Here you can see two factions. On the Rowan Battlefield entry screen, you can check the following items. Check out the guide to Toluvik, Land of Strife. You can check the map status of the battlefield in Toluvik, the Land of Struggle. You can check entry conditions, penalty status, position information, entry information, compensation information, and schedule time. So regarding the schedule, currently you can enter 3 days per week. It's not written here, in the evening hours. I think it's about 10 o'clock in the night, in the evening over there in Korea. So it's not written here, but I have checked already that information. You can check the status of a war according to the battle results. Friendly match battle results are not reflected. So here is next thing which you can see here. This is interesting. There are two types of this battlefield. There is a regular, let's call it a normal match entry rules, and there is, as you can see here, friendly match entry rules. There are certain mechanics between this normal match and between this friendly match, and I will talk about that in the future when I will try to play this feature of the game over there in Korea. I don't want to get into details regarding this today because it's not well translated here, but it's obvious here that there are two types of this match, normal match and, like I have shown you, friendly match. If requirements are not met for this normal match, then we are switching to this friendly part of match. However, mechanics regarding battlefield itself they remain the same, so let's check that. Win condition. Toluvik battleground rules. The first faction to obtain 100% of the base magic power within the time limit wins. At the end of the time limit, the force with higher base magic power wins. At the end of the time limit, if the base magic power is the same, the faction with a higher sum of individual contributions wins. So this is pretty clear. You will see what they mean by this magic power 100% regarding nodes system. So next thing which you can see here is a node. Occupy a node. If you wait for a certain amount of time in the base area, the occupation will proceed. If only one faction's personnel exist in the base area, the occupation will proceed. So that means that, for example, you can see here in the first picture, you are obviously a team blue here. On lower picture, you are team red. You need to stand in this node area and only members of your faction need to be here. If there is some member here of opposite faction, you cannot occupy this node. And when you occupy this node, let's go a little bit lower. There are some, yes, they're showing here actually no point capture. If there are personnel from both factions in the base area, it becomes a confrontation and the occupation does not proceed. So you need to fight actually to kill that enemy, right? That opposite faction player which is standing here, that you clear out this area. And if you're standing here, then this will appear. Let's see here. Node occupation completed. When the capture of the base is completed, the color of the base changes to the color of occupied faction. You can see here on the upper picture, team blue have taken this node, and on the lower picture you can see here team red have taken this node. Also, as you can see on this user interface, beside normal skills on the lower part of this user interface, you can see on the upper part some information. In the left upper corner you can see percentage regarding that magic power which our nodes are actually giving to you, and you can see in the middle right you can see time limit until the battleground is over, and you can see position also regarding different kind of percentages regarding that magic power of the nodes. Guide to acquisition of node magic. Okay, so we have another picture here. As you can see, this is how is a node looking when you are getting actually that node power. On the occupation status board at the top left of the screen, you can see that number of control points for each faction, estimated magic power, and time to acquire magic power. So you need to have a certain amount of time within this node to acquire that magic power. So you don't acquire that magic power instantly. Just before the point of acquiring magic power, the base will glow in the color of currently occupied force. So that means that just before you get that power from that node, this is how will node look. And let's go a little bit lower. You can see acquire base magic. At the time of obtaining magic power, each faction acquires 0.1% of magic power for each number of points it has occupied. As the battlefield progresses, the amount of magic obtained per base gradually increases. And here you can see that moment when you're getting that magical power. You can see those rays of light going up in the sky, looking really nice. But look at this now. This is actually what I want to show you. This is how is looking Toluvik. Okay, yeah, rough translation. Look at this. Many things you can see here. As you can see, it will not be easy to win here because there are different mechanics. I will show you a little bit later now. Cannons, a specific mount. You can also make a specific transformation in some kind of knight. Look at this. There are different kind of points here on this battlefield. You need to have lots of strategy to win here. Let's check what we have here. So you can see here different kind of icons on the right side of the screen. Let's see what these icons actually represent. Event in progress. Depending on the duration of the battlefield, the following events occur sequentially and an announcement is output. 1 minute after start, intense Silmarils energy and the energy of recovery appear on the battlefield. Then we have this wolf kind of icon. 5 minutes after start, a mountable Silmaril Spirit Wolf mount appears on the battlefield. So you'll be able to jump onto that mount. I will show you that mount a little bit later. 7 minutes after start, after 1 minute, Silmael's Spirit Knight Sealstone appears on the battlefield. If you use this Silmael's Spirit Knight Sealstone, you will transform into that Spirit Knight. Also, I will show you just in 1 second. After 8 minutes have elapsed, Silmael's Spirit Knight Sealstone appears on the battlefield. After 10 minutes have elapsed, the magic power obtained from the base has increased from 0.1 to 0.2%. 14 minutes after start, magic power obtained from bases increased from 0.2 to 0.4%. And after 16 minutes have elapsed, magic power obtained from the base increased from 0.4% to 0.8%. So just from these short icons, descriptions, right, what will happen on that battlefield, and from this map, you can see this will be a highly complex operation, right? This will be interesting PvP, not just like frontal PvP, just fight 1 versus 1, actually 48 versus 48, not like arenas. There is lots of mechanics here which you need to consider to win. What we have further here, depending on interaction of other objects, the following events occur and announcement is output. Silmael's Spirit Knight Sealstone release. Different announcements are output depending on the faction that has released the seal. We will check that in a second. So what we have here, we have different kind of objects which we have on that battlefield. Battle items, supply depot, energy of recovery. This is nice. Intense Silmael's energy. Okay, and now look at this. Cannon. Yes, a fixed cannon useful for base defense. It can deal percentage of damage, certain percentage of damage, proportional to the opponent's max HP. Then we have Silmael Spirit Wolf. A quick and powerful wolf mount that specializes in harassing opponents on momentarily changing the course of battle. After 5 minutes from the start of the battlefield, Silmael Spirit Wolf appears at the entrance of each faction's camp. Look at this is really great, right? You'll be able to use this mount on the battlefield. However, that is not everything. Look at this transformation. Silmael Spirit Knight Sealing Stone. You can interact with it if you have contribution of 150 or more. Increases attack power to all allies for a certain period of time. For a certain period of time, you can transform yourself into Silmael Spirit Knight to exert powerful power. Wow, powerful power. Okay, that's, yeah. After 8 minutes from the start of the battlefield, an interactive Silmael Spirit Knight Sealstone appears in the lower area, and then you need to move there to actually transform into that knight. So, wow, right? Also another amazing mechanic here regarding this battlefield. Silmael Spirit Knight, this is a powerful target that can be used when interacting with the Silmael Spirit Knight Sealstone. It has percentage damage proportional to the target's maximum health and a strong support ability to strengthen allies within range. This looks really interesting, right? This transformation, this mount on the battlefield, cannons, wow, right? Let's go further, let's see what we have here. Move base, you can quickly move to the base occupied by your faction. So looks like it will be some kind of teleport kind of system. You can only move the base from the start and respawn location. There are different kind of mechanics here. I will put link in description below video because I will not turn this into reading session. I could read this for a while now. You can check for yourself details later because all you need to do is to move here to this part of the website, to this official Lost Ark guide from developers over there in Korea. And you will have basically Google Translator will automatically translate everything for you. So you can check later this post for yourself. Let's check some details regarding how to win here. You can return, as you can see here. Simplify raid symbols. This is regarding your party. Let's check details here regarding rewards and penalties. Yes, you will get penalty if your contribution was actually low. So, progress reward. When you defeat opposing faction on the battlefield, you can earn faction experience points. And reward. At the end of the battlefield, more rewards are given to the victorious faction. They didn't name anything here exactly what. After earning the rewards, you can still participate in the battlefield, but you will not receive the rank reward. Okay? Ranking is determined according to the individual earned contribution and Silmael's crystals and faction experience that match the rank can be acquired once a week as expedition unit. So this is interesting, right? You have that individual contribution, of course, and it can be acquired once per week as an expedition unit. And also regarding penalty, look at this, this is interesting. At the end of the battlefield, target with low contribution will be penalized. Targets inflicted with a penalty cannot re-enter the battlefield for a certain period of time. The penalty reset in 14 days and additional penalties are accumulated within 14 days. And here we can see number of penalties and penalty duration. So it's not only about reward, you'll be also penalized if your contribution over there on the battlefield was really low. So that means that probably if you will be AFK or something, if you will not fight at all, you will be penalized on some way. So as you can see over there in Korea, we have get one really amazing in-game feature for all of you who like to play a PvP. That will be something really great, because let me show you again here. Look at this map. There is certain complexity to this PvP battlefield, 48 players versus 48 players. And of course, in the future, when I get more information about this battlefield, when I will try to play it myself, I will let you know how does it actually feel, and I will give you more details, because from this guide today, you have get just basic information. I just wanted to show you some main information about this beautiful new battlefield. If you are interested into Lost Ark, check my YouTube channel for lots of gameplay videos, guides for new players, and news from World of Lost Ark. I'm playing this game since release in Korea, and of course I'm playing it now here after Western release. So you will see lots of Lost Ark content here on my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching the video, and subscribe to my YouTube channel to see more Lost Ark videos in the future. See you soon.